All right, guys, before we get through this walkthrough video, we're just stopped to have lunch real quick. Got my wife here. She's grabbing the Jimmy John's sandwiches, and Maverick's over there. He's just in the trees. We're gonna head over here to this little campsite right here and eat lunch real quick. So, yep, that's what we're doing. All right, now that we've had lunch, I'm gonna take you on a tour of my overbuilt Overland Jeep. It's a 2012 Jeep Wrangler Sport. And I guess the way we'll do this is we'll just go from the very front and I'll just tell you about some of the modifications I've done. And then we'll work our way to the side and ultimately to the back. So I guess we'll just start here at the front bumper here. So this is the Motobuilt Crusher Series front bumper. And it's got a Warren VR 10,000 pound winch with a synthetic rope. Currently, I need to get the solenoid replaced, and I'm actually replacing this front bumper as well because, as you can see, some of the powder coating is starting to come off. So stay tuned to see what I actually put on there next. Normally, I would have a Tractor 55 Ultra Hook on there, but it's off just temporarily while we get this bumper switched out. Let's see. Let's talk about these headlights here. So these are the JW Speaker. Front headlights are super bright. Even when I'm not using my brights, I get brighted all the time on the road. I actually feel bad for people because the way my Jeep sits, it probably just blinds them right in the rearview mirror. Anyway, it was done with by the previous owner. Same with these smoked turn signals, which I left all that because I like it. It does really well and it looks cool with the black theme of the Jeep. So. Okay, so before we move to the side or anything like that, let's go down here and talk about what we've got going on for steering. This is the RPM steering set up with the drag length flip. I've got the Artec Industries bracket there, the raised track bar bracket, Artec Industries Apex Truss, Artec Industries gussets. I believe this thing is sleeved. This is, by the way, these are Dana 44 Rubicon axles that I swapped in here to my Sport. So on the RPM steering here, we've got the Falcon 3.3 steering stabilizer. Thing is amazing. So, all right, now that we've talked about what's going on up here, let's move to the side. We'll talk about these fenders here. So these are one of the first additions I added to this Jeep after I first bought it, and these are Genrite off-road narrow width aluminum fenders, and I had them powder coated black just to match the color of the Jeep, and I think it looks really good. Down here, we've got the Artec Industries raw aluminum inner fenders made for the Falcon 3.3 shocks there. Speaking of the Falcon 3.3s, we've got the Rock Crawler triple rate springs to go along with those, and it makes the ride really nice. As far as sway bar here, all we've got is just a quick disconnect. Nothing fancy yet, but we're looking to get a Curry anti-rock here soon. All right, so talked about all of that. Let's talk about the tire here. This is a 40-inch Mickey Thompson Baja Boss tire. I've had this tire for about 3 years now. Super expensive, but they're definitely worth it. I'd never balance these tires, and we do a lot of highway driving, and it's about what you can expect for a Jeep on 40s. It does as well as they can. I don't really have any complaint with these tires other than they wear a little bit faster than my Nittos did. So anyway, so those are the tires, Mickey Thompson Baja Bosses. As far as wheels go, these are KNC Grenade beadlock wheel. And that's paired with the Apex Designs quick valve stem, quick air down valve stem. So you can air down within 15 seconds with those things. They're amazing. All right, so up here, we've got the Rigid Industries pod lights. I just robbed those off my TJ when I bought the Jeep. Going up here, we have the KC Pro 6 50-inch light bar made for the JK. And that thing is super bright. We use that thing all the time. Going up top here, we've got a Roof Nest Falcon that is mounted on a exposed roof rack system. Just mounts to the rail here. And that's not my favorite setup, but That's the only setup that will allow us to park in the garage still. So for now, that is what we've got. Down here, I've got a Rugged Radios GMRS antenna. I've got GMRS into the Jeep. It's on the dash, and we'll get to that later. Down here, we've got the Motobuilt rock sliders. Can't remember the exact name of those. And they actually mount up under to the body here. So these holes here, you can actually use your high lift jack and jack from that point. All right, now that we're down here and you can kind of see it, I've got the RTech Industries aluminum 3-link going on here for the front suspension. And the reason I did that is because I went with the 4.5-inch rock crawler springs and Falcon shocks. It just made the ride terrible, so I had to do something. So I went with a long arm 3-link in the front, and it's absolutely been a world of difference. Like, the ride quality is amazing, so I can't speak anything better about that kit right there. So check them out at RTech Industries. We've got a Adams 1310 drive shaft front and rear. Just make sure that we've got all the beef and we never break. It's good parts there. Got extended brake lines for all the flex. All right, now that we've got everything going on down here, talked about the Motobuilt rock sliders. Again, these are the Genrite narrow width aluminum fenders and the RTech rear aluminum inner fenders. And I left those raw just to give a good contrast. In here, I don't know if you can see that, but that is a Rigid Industries rock light kit. I've got them on all 4 corners, and I actually won that in one of their holiday giveaways a few years ago. So it's really awesome. Let's just go around back here. All right, surprise. So we're in my garage now. I did not like the last part of that clip that I recorded. I also realized that my license plate was like right dead center in the frame the whole time. I don't know if that matters or not, but I just thought maybe I'll just redo this last part. So we're in my garage now. We're going to go over the back part of the Jeep. There's not much to it, so this will be quick. Starting out here, these are the JW speaker tail lights. The previous owner did do that. I just decided to leave them because I have no complaints and they're really nice. So that's what we got as far as tail lights. These are just some hinges I found on Amazon. They're actually pretty crappy because the powder coating is just starting to come off. It's starting to rust through. By the way, guys, everything back here is going to get changed drastically, possibly even the bumper. I've just got other plans going on. I'd like to get another spare tire again, just because we go out on the road, do hundreds of miles of dirt road, and you never know when you're going to get a flat. I actually did get one. Luckily, I had a plug kit with me, and all was well, but you never know. So anyway, this is going to be getting a full-on tire carrier. You're going to see a 40 back here. I probably won't even be able to see out the rear window. Can't really anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We'll get to that later in another video. But anyway, yeah, so let's just talk about, I guess, just what else we got going on here. So like I said, Motobuilt brackets. These are for mounting like Rotopacks. Let me grab some. Haven't got around to fully installing these yet. I need to get these brackets repainted, but Rotopacks would mount something like that, and then the license plate just droops over it. So really nice. It's actually a great little design here. This is a quick disconnect license plate, so I can easily pull that off whenever I want. As far as the rear bumper goes, I think that's the only thing left that we haven't talked about. Aside from suspension and stuff in the rear, we'll get to that. Rear bumper is a Motobuilt, I think it's the Crusher series rear bumper. Previous owner had Terraflex bumpers on here, and they were nice, but they were just a little bulkier than what I wanted. So I wanted something a little more sleek and high clearance, and so I went with the Crusher series Motobuilt rear bumper for the JK. Could be getting swapped out. I don't know for sure yet. We'll see. Haven't really quite decided on what I want to do with that. But anyway, let's take a look at the suspension here. Okay, so now we're down here looking at the rear suspension and components. Like I mentioned earlier, these are Rubicon Dana 44s. that I swapped in. I will be upgrading to 1-tons eventually. It's just not really in the budget right now. They're expensive. So anyway, just like the front, we got the Falcon 3.3 shocks and a set of extended rear brake lines. Rock crawler 4.5-inch triple rate springs, Terraflex adjustable track bar bracket, Artec diff cover, and yeah, that's about it. Oh, and anyway, the rear control arms are Terraflex. I almost forgot to mention the previous owner did install a Terraflex lift on here, and there was nothing wrong with it. Terraflex makes a great lift, but it was just starting to get a little old and worn out. So that will be getting replaced soon, possibly with another 3-link or maybe even a 4-link. I haven't decided yet. So anyway, all right, guys. Well, that concludes the walkthrough video for Project Rocklander. If you like what you see, go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you've made it this far in the video, I just wanted to say thank you for putting up with my terrible editing skills. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.